large group. See what will happen to him when he goes into a regular kindergarten or grade 1 situation in which there won't be someone to spend all that time trying to undo his ways of not paying attention.
I've been cutting the body contact. I can't cut it completely because then he might feel some kind of rejection. But when he wants the hand, he has the hand, but not the whole body.
Remember, he's moving into a school situation where no teacher's going to walk around holding him by the hand, and nor do I honestly believe it's necessary, because when you cut this contact with him, he does not melt, he does not go through any catastrophic kind of reaction. He's fine. I mean, loving these kids also means helping them so that they can latch on to life better.
Does anyone want a scrambled egg? I do.
The big job that the parents of children like this have is to provide a home atmosphere in which, on the one hand, there's enough permissiveness and encouragement so the child can do a lot of things and try a lot of things, and on the other hand, that the parent learns how to be directive and exert enough control so that these things the child tries, these adventures it embarks on, don't turn out to be disasters and calamities, but turn out to be successful experiences.
You sure it's going to land in the egg, all right? Play out there.
I'm not going to play.
Okay. How are you doing?
Okay. There.
Good boy.
In this family, 4 of the 5 children have learning difficulties of various sorts.
Take all the cracked ones, okay?
Are you sure you can eat 2?
I'm going to have one.
All right, then, just
Thank
2. 2's enough. Martha, would you put the rest of the eggs back in the fridge? Let's get going.
Yeah, good eat.
Let's get going because the pan's already on the stove. Shall I put a little grease in the pan for you?
Okay.
Be careful of the hot pan, won't you?
Ow! You hurt my bone.
Do you want to get the lifter down too? Can you reach the lifter? Oh, Martha will get it for you. You step back.
There goes the scrambled
That's a
egg.
boy.
Start scrambling it.
That's a boy.
Fold it.
How's it doing?
One.
Is it cooking?
Everyone go at the door.
Is it cooking, Brian?
It's cooking.
Is it almost done?
Not yet. This.
What would you like me to do? What are we going to put it in?
This here.
Which dish?
Does everyone bowls or plates?
What would you like, Martha? A bowl or a plate?
Plate.
Shall
I
I
want some bacon.
Shall I get you a special plate?
I don't.
Okay.
I want some bacon.
Mommy will turn it off now. Or Derek, you turn the stove off for me, will you please?
I want some bacon, Mom.
You divide it. Can you put an equal amount in each plate?
I don't want any, Mommy.
Well, we're just going to divide it into 2. All right, I'll hold the handle. You get the rest of it out, would you please, Brian?
I'll get the rest out. I don't want any, Brian.
That's it. Now you see if it will. That's a boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now you get another fork. Oh, you've got 2.
Which is for me?
All right.
Which is for me? This one? No, fine. No. You can make some for yourself, okay? All right.
Derek had a very good time at nursery school, I'm sure. But the teacher recognized that he was had a very short attention span.
car? Oh. Who drives the car?
Dr. Sam Rabinovich works with children who have learning disabilities.
Your mother? Do you live very far away? How about you? How do you get here? Your father drives the car. How about you, Randy?
Mrs. Tanzer and my mother. And each morning they take turns bringing me here. If one can't, then the other brings me. If the other can't, then the other brings me.
I see. How do they bring you? They carry you here?
No, they bang me by car in a convertible and they put the roof down, especially for a treat.
Wow. And you didn't blow away?
No,
Oh.
sitting in the front.
You know what a convertible is, Larry?
A car.
What kind of a car?
It's like a blue car with...
These children are all old enough to be going to regular school, and they're all bright enough to be going to regular school. But in a real sense, they're not actually ready to tackle all the jobs that an ordinary, average academic setting is going to demand of them.
Walk.
Yeah?
It's like that's a car like a Pontiac.
Stephen, do you know why it's called a convertible? Ryan? Have you any idea why that kind of car that Randy talked about is called a convertible? Eugene?
About 10% of all children entering grade 1 will have a learning difficulty. It's hard to predict precisely which kids will need special attention. They don't look any different from other kids. How to spot them before they get into difficulties at school.
You ever seen a car like that, Stephen?
My father has one like that.
He has a convertible car
Yeah,
like
but
that?
it's had work with my father in the garage.
Yeah. Have you ever driven in it with the top down?
Yeah, man, do I ever like that?
You like that? Hey, Willa, how do you get here each morning? Eh? Some of these people come on a bus, and some come in a car.
I think it's Mommy.
Did you walk from your house?
Car.
You drove your car. Who drove the car?
My mommy.
Does she do that each morning? Is she a good driver?
With some children, the difficulties begin to show as soon as demands are imposed.
You see this? We call that a hoop. Now I've put some hoops out on the floor. And what I want, when I say the word go, I want you to scoot out there and sit down right in a hoop. 2 people in a hoop. Not 3, not 1, but 2. Go!
This is not just a game for the kids. It's a test in problem solving.
Larry?
Some of the children can't follow through the instructions. A regular school will demand of them understanding instructions and solving problems. But by recognizing the individual disabilities and modifying the learning environment, survival in school can be possible.
Remember which room you're in. Okay? Have a look at your partner. Make sure you remember who you're sitting in the room with. Who are you with, Brian? Can you find your partner?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Willa. Who are you with, Larry?
My friend.
Your friend. Where's your friend? Show him. Can you find him?
Well, he's at my house.
No, but who were you just sitting in the hoop with? Just now. Can you find him?
Him. He didn't want to stay in there.
He didn't want to stay in the hoop. His name is Brian.
He didn't stay in there.
Who were you with, Mark?
Steven.
You were with Stephen. Brian, who were you sitting in the hoop with? Show him to me.
I didn't want to stay in the
But who were you sitting with?
I-
Show me who you were sitting with. Go on, show him to me. No, that's not who you were sitting with. Look all around. Who were you sitting in the hoop with?
Sometimes it's very easy to spot the difficulties. Sometimes you have to track them down through special individual tests. 5 blocks is 5 blocks, but change the pattern a little and Willa sees it as entirely new.
Sure there are.
She has to start over again from the beginning.
5.
Now how many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Now how many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Now if I put one more, how many will there be?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good for you. Okay.
Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay, let's start with Sunday.
Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Monday,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday,
Mm-hmm. Comes after Tuesday.
Saturday,
Now Wednesday?
Wednesday,
What comes after Wednesday?
Saturday,
Thursday comes after Wednesday.
Saturday,
Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
Wednesday.
Sunday. Do you know what day it is today, Willa?
So many things in the child's life follow in serial order. Washing, dressing, eating, the days of the week, the seasons of the year. By Willa's age, most children have mastered this kind of serial thing, no matter what the scholastic requirements might be.
Put it back on. That's it. Which hand is that on, Willa?
Pinky,
That's the finger is the pinky, but which hand is it? Your right hand or your left hand? That's right, good for you. Okay. Now we were talking about the days. Tomorrow will be Friday. What day will it be after that?
we're going to lake soon.
Going to the lake. Are you going on Saturday?
I think so. We're going to Granny for one sleep, and then we're going to go up to lake.
Or is that for your holidays?
I think that's for can't tell.
Okay. Can you draw a triangle for me?
I'm going to do it right up here.
With Willa, it's a series of symptoms, none of them serious. She doesn't know the days of the week. She doesn't hold her pencil correctly, nor can she write her name completely. But all these things are demanded in grade 1.
I'll probably take it home when I might not.
How much of that? You've got Will. You need something else for your name. Willa. What comes at the end?
No, what?
Willa. Okay. You know the sound that comes at the end?
Yeah, I do it pretty funny, but I think it will work. That's how it works.
Maybe because of her size and so on, there might be the temptation for Willa to be treated like a tiny little baby for much too long for her own good. And in general, I think if Willa's going to go to school and Willa's going to have to make her own way with other kids and with other adults, it's going to be harder for Willa if at home she's treated like an infant.
Circles. Big circles marked way over. That boy. Okay. Which part of Mark's is the best? Willa, which part of Mark's is the best? Which part of Mark's is most like mine?
biggest.
Where? Show me where, Willa. That part, right, okay. Stephen, your turn. You try, make one just like mine. Oops, whoops, okay. You erase it. Stephen, what was wrong with that one?
Wrong way.
Was it the wrong way?
Hi, my name's
Okay.
Gala. Good morning.
Well, watch Stephen to see how he does it. Is everyone watching Stephen to make sure he does it right?
Gala.
That's okay. We'll put it back in.
And I can't find the pin.
Just a minute, Stephen. Let's try it again. This one doesn't have a circle in it, does it, eh? Okay. Your hand goes over, like that, and around. Hold on to the chalk. There you go. And around, and no, over, and around. See, go up and around. Can you do that? Okay, we'll practice that.
The
Okay?
youngster coming to school has to be able to manage certain basic things with her hands and with her fingers. She has to have a certain amount of development of coordination between her eyes and her hands, the things she sees and what she gets her hands to do about it.
I guess for the family they could play simple games. Well, one of the things that we played in the class the other day, which would be good for doing at home, was Ludo, where she has to actually to count out the spaces. It's kind of like Snakes and Ladders, but easier. You know, they just throw a dice and count out the spaces.
Can she look at the dice and know how many spaces to move?
She had to count the dots on the dice, and she had to do this consistently. She couldn't memorize the configuration of the dots. She also had a similar trouble with dominoes.
If there were numbers on the dice, what would she do?
I didn't try number symbols with her. I was just trying, objects and so on. Can we talk about Mark? Because he's another one where this problem will be coming up, and I'm much less certain. I think that Sonia felt that he should not go to grade 1. I suspect he may have made some progress since she made that decision, but I would like your impressions. He's a very well-directed and attentive little boy.
Yeah. Let's get on. Okay, I think we need to give the other boys and girls a turn with the play.
I noticed with Mark that the other day when we were working with clay, his hand got quite messy and covered with it. And when I took him to wash his hands afterwards, he had a great deal of difficulty removing the clay. His hand seems to function like a mitten. He,
Look, like this. Rub your hands. Rub them like this. Can you go like this? Can you use this thumb and this pointer on your fingers? Okay, let's get some other water.
he cannot get the individual fingers to work independently. And when he was washing his hands, he didn't seem to have any idea as to how he could use 2 fingers of one hand to remove the clay from the other hand.
Pointer and your thumb to rub.
That's it, good. Okay, get all that.
Speech is quite hard to understand, but he's very persistent. If you don't understand him the first time, he will either repeat it or he will find a way to rephrase it that you may understand. He's not a child who becomes regularly discouraged.
Try your hands. Are they all right? Are you quite sure? Like this?
These children, when they get to school, not only have to be able to speak clearly so that the others can understand them, but they also have to be able to put the words together into meaningful phrases which communicate something. And they have to do this very spontaneously.
Drums. Who has the drums?
Me.
You have the drums? What are you supposed to say?
I got the drums.
Okay. Is that how they do it? Milk container. Who has the milk container?
Brian does.
Oh, let Brian say it himself, though. And if he does?
I have there.
What's that, milk? What is it? Milk container? Can you say it?
Another milk container.
Good, very good, Brian. That's a hard word to say.
Milk.
Okay. Hand puppets. Who has the hand puppets?
Confusing picture.
Where's the head?
Are you sure you do?
Is that what it is?
Hey? Do you think he does, Eugene?
Which one are the hand puppets?
Are those the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Paintbrush. Who has the paintbrush?
I have the paintbrush.
Okay.
You dip it in.
Straws. Who has the straws?
I have the straw.
Okay.
In order to get along in a group, these children are going to have to follow simple rules. For example, simple rules in a simple game. And you have to be on the lookout for those youngsters who are still not able to follow a very simple rule so that they can participate and be part of a group that's playing a little game.
Eugene doesn't understand the command, pass to the left.
Hey, Eugene, just a minute. Eugene, give it to me. You pass it to the person on your left.
I'll be in my
No, we're
He
not.
hides the fact that he didn't understand the order by creating a diversion, clowning, or even becoming aggressive.
No. Where's your left hand? Where's your left hand? All right, if you don't want to play, then we'll pass the plate.
Eugene's behavior might be labeled antisocial, but he doesn't want to be excluded from the game.
But try running it to her so it doesn't fall.
Give him a command that he does understand simply. Eugene is happy to join in.
All right, ready? You ready? Let's go. Give it to Miss Kay. Miss Kay. Thank you. Howard, quick. Quick. Thank you. Ooh. Oh, no, but you have to take it. You have to take it. Quick, Stevie, here. Ready? Eugene.
What is basically a learning disability with Eugene brings behavior problems in its train. Eugene's teacher has her hands full.
He's becoming very expert at, here it is, you spending almost full time trying to undo his skill at getting out of doing something.
Well,
But what chance will he
improved a
have
lot,
in a
yeah.
large group?
No, it's good.
See what will happen to him when he goes into a regular kindergarten or grade 1 situation in which there won't be someone to spend all that time trying to undo his ways of not paying attention.
Well, I've been cutting the body contact. I can't cut it completely because then he might feel some kind of rejection. But when he wants the hand, he has the hand, but not the whole body.
Remember, he's moving into a school situation where no teacher's going to walk around holding him by the hand, and nor do I honestly believe it's necessary. Because when you cut this contact with him, he does not melt, he does not go through any catastrophic kind of reaction. He's fine. I mean, loving these kids also means helping them so that they can latch on to life better.
Does anyone want a scrambled egg? I do.
The big job that the parents of children like this have is to provide a home atmosphere in which, on the one hand, there's enough permissiveness and encouragement so the child can do a lot of things and try a lot of things. And on the other hand, that the parent learns how to be directive and exert enough control so that these things the child tries, these adventures it embarks on, don't turn out to be disasters and calamities, but turn out to be successful experiences.
I'm sure it's going to land in the egg, all right? Play out there.
I'm not gonna play.
Okay. How are you doing?
There.
Good boy.
In this family, 4 of the 5 children have learning difficulties of various sorts.
Take all the cracked ones, okay?
Are you sure you can eat 2?
I'm gonna have one.
All right, then, just 2. 2's enough. Martha, would you put the rest of the eggs back in the fridge? Let's get going.
Yeah, goody.
Let's get going because the pan's already on the stove. Shall I put a little grease in the pan for you?
Okay.
Be careful of the hot pan, won't you?
Ow! You hurt my bone.
Do you want to get the lifter down too? Can you reach the lifter? Oh, Martha will get it for you. You step back.
There goes the scrambled
That's a
egg.
boy.
Start scrambling it.
That's a boy.
Hold it.
How's it doing?
One.
Is it cooking?
Everyone go at the door.
Is it cooking, Brian?
It's cooking.
Is it almost done?
Not yet. This. You know,
What would you like me to do? What are we going to put it in?
this here.
Which dish?
Does everyone bowls or plates?
What would you like, Martha? A bowl or a plate?
Plate.
Shall
I
I
want some bacon.
Shall I get you a special plate?
I don't.
Okay. I think
I want some bacon.
Mommy will turn it off now. Or Derek, you turn the stove off for me, will you please?
I want some bacon, Mom.
You divide it. Can you put an equal amount in each plate?
I don't want any, Mommy.
Well, we're just going to divide it into two. All right, I'll hold the handle. Right? You get the rest of it out, would you please, Brian?
I'll get the rest out. I don't want any, Brian.
That's it. Now you see if it will. Arnie, that's a boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now you get another fork. Oh, you've got
Which
two.
is for me?
All right.
Which is for me? This one? No, wait. No. You can make some for yourself, okay? All right. Can I?
Derek had a very good time at nursery school, I'm sure. But the teacher recognized that that he was had a very short attention span. And there were many times she told me that during the day when they were in nursery school, she felt that he didn't know if she was with him afterwards and alone, that he would tell her things that she realized that he had been listening and had been taking things in during the day. But he didn't join in the circle games with the other children, and she found that if they were doing anything that they were cutting or coloring, that Derek would get very angry, and he would rip things up or cut them to pieces because he never seemed to be able to do them to his satisfaction. I think one thing I've noticed with our children, we've always had a lot of toys around, learning toys. Very often, other children the same age would come in, and it would surprise me that they could do so many more things with these toys than our children could do. I think this was probably one of the first things that started me thinking.
Yes, that puzzles.
Because I think when we first, with our first child, we just expected that everything would go along smoothly, and that would be that.
It's hard to say where they're going to end up. If we can overcome all of the problem, that's great. And when I say we can, it's never just us. It's got to be, and I'm sure you've already realized that the family gets involved in this, and above all, the school the youngster goes to gets involved in this. But to the extent that we can do the right things, and the family can create the right atmosphere, and the school can make the right changes and modifications, and give this youngster the leeway he needs, all those things put together will determine how far Brian will go.
And many people have said to me, or have given me the impression that we're paying too much attention to the children, that we're making a big thing of this, and this in itself is very bad. But I don't think that we have done this. I think that attentions that parents would normally pay to children have just been directed a little differently in our case, and that these attentions have been on things that we knew that they needed special attention.
But we treat each of the children differently anyway. They have their different personalities, their different people, and they all appear to have, you know, and they may all have a problem, but each problem manifests itself differently. So it's hard to say that you do this because you don't. You do. You react to the child and its needs.
I think we try to make each child feel special, and we try to make them feel special in the way that it seems to us that they need to feel special.
My daddy to come over here. There. I got two. Elaine doesn't have one.
Elaine doesn't care.
She doesn't.
It's sibling rivalry going on.
Now, you see, Brian at this point is just not at a stage in his development where he can sit and cope with learning and listening to what a teacher says, looking at something that's in a book and taking it in. He's just not developed yet to the point where he can do this. So our hope in delaying his entry into formal grade 1 would be that he would get over this stage of development and then go on to the next stage. Once he has the ability to concentrate and to attend in this sense, then he can go on to the next stage and start coping with the more formal aspects of reading and writing and number work. It would be a shame to kind of reverse the order on this and force him to cope with those things before he was ready to. So when as he reaches a new stage in development each time,